All right, cool. So Tyler here at Carli Suspension here with Cooper. So now we're here in Paris at the Weld shop. Show you around a little bit.
That's where you make the parts.
That's the rumor. All right, let's go meet Mike.
How's it going?
Good to meet you, Mike.
Want to go check out the weld shop?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Wow.
Well, welcome to my weld shop.
Yeah, you guys go through a lot of materials here.
Yes, all the laser cut comes in, and then all this right here is all the human welding stuff that goes on here. We got robots over there.
So you got all the manual welding around the perimeter, and then the main spot. Material comes in, you sort it by, I guess,
Years.
people and robots. And
Yeah, so we have it sorted robots, human welding, and then third gen, 14 plus RAM, 19 plus RAM, like all that.
And is there, like, throughout the weld process, do you have welders that they specifically weld one thing, or do you shift depending on need?
Depending on skill set is what you're gonna weld here. But for the most part, everyone welds everything here.
What's the biggest, hardest piece that comes in that you have to put together?
The hitches are probably the most detailed, doing the trophy hitch, because there's a lot of measuring, and all our other parts, there's no measuring. You just throw it together and it's done.
Yeah.
The hitches have a lot more. You got to be smart about it.
Oh yeah, because you're adapting your part to a factory manufacturer.
Just making sure everything's squared up, because it's a modular piece. It all goes together and gets welded out.
Well, give us the tour.
Yeah, let's check it out.
You got some long arm brackets here?
Yeah, so we got the long arm drops right here. One of my guys, Seth, right here, gets down. They're not hot, you're good. Yeah, so full MIG welded. Then we got some TIG welding doublers, and the other piece inside there that gets TIG welded.
So for it to get to this process to be over here, is this machine?
No, this is all hand welded.
Wow.
Everything in this is all hand welded.
You got some skilled welders there.
The best in the industry. It's the only way to do it.
So here you are in SoCal, manufacturing your own parts, made in-house in the USA.
In America, giving jobs to American families and building the American dream.
Sweet. What's he working on here?
So this is for the arms. These are the internal structure for the long arms. So this is going to be your lower driver and passenger, hence the tire cutout right there.
Yep.
So this is all 3/16 plate. It all goes into the fixture, gets step welded. So whenever you turn this over, you got to weld completing the other side of it, all the way down.
This explains why everything you have is so heavy.
Yes.
You've made it to handle whatever gets thrown at it.
100%. And then
we got?
past that, we got some 2014 diff guards.
Yep, that one's a little hot.
Cheap insurance, make sure you don't blow through your front diff.
Yep.
But even something small like this is perfectly beautifully welded.
So these are partially put together.
So the way we do it to disperse the heat, so you get it all tacked up. The main frame is actually welded underneath this. You can't see it with the plates on it.
Yep.
But the frame itself is fully welded. Then you adapt everything around it. Then just to disperse heat, we do the edges first, then we come back through, and you have your finish of all this on the side.
The finish.
Exactly, and your top weld there.
Ready for smashing boulders.
Yes. And then right here we got
Bump stop.
Yep, so the 2017 plus 4.5-inch front bump chop. We call them wind chimes. Another part that is soon to be billet.
Nice.
It's just, look at all this. It takes too much to have a guy sitting there doing that when he could be welding 1,500 arms or hitches, you know. And like this right here, 1,500 arm. We everyone else has that broke edge that you see.
Yeah.
We wanted to have the full welded edge. And when you look down at this, you don't see any weld or nothing.
Right.
That's why ours looks so much different.
Yeah.
Then, you know, the whole sealed uniball, all that stuff. Bought for the logo tag.
Then
but
there's some hitch stuff that you were talking about.
yep, we got some hitches tacked up here. We're not currently burning them yet, but that's going to be a Saturday project.
And then radius arms.
And then the bread and butter, what everyone loves, 2014 plus radius arms. So
Is he full?
Yeah, this is all human minus the internal structure.
Okay.
So we have, I'll grab one real quick for you. So we have this full 1/4-inch construction plate.
Wow.
This is all thrown in the robot and welded. Then it goes from there.
And it's keyed into all the, so it's kind of a
So
simple,
those weaves that everyone loves.
yeah.
That's it right here. That's your keyway.
Got it.
So it fills right in, and then these guys cap it with a beautiful MIG keyway.
So you have a fully welded internal structure, and then it's tied into the outer shell.
It's thrown in, and then you can see the heat sig
Yeah.
all throughout there. It's fully welded internally, so there's no issue of breaking
Anything
inside
breaking
there.
loose.
Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome. And you got track bars.
Yep, so these are the FATB 17s, so your Super Duty track bars.
Oh, and he's welding the backbone onto the
all of it
reinforced.
So this starts like that right there. So you weld your cup all the way on, and then while it's hot, you're essentially preheating this bar because it's all 3/8 wall tube.
Wow.
Then we throw the strap on in the fixture and fully weld that strap on it.
And these are chromoly?
DOM.
DOM.
We do DOM. Chromoly.
3/8. It's thick enough anyway.
Chromoly without heat treat, it's a waste of time. DOM works fine. We don't have them break. They work.
Yeah.
There's no reason to up the price for the shock factor of chromoly. Right. And then
you got more diff guards, it looks like? Or?
Yeah, so these are going to be the 05 Super Duty diff guards. And kind of like I was talking about with the 2014 Dodge ones. So that's a tacked frame.
Yep.
Then that frame gets fully welded all the way around, then fit up with all your pieces right there.
He'll tack
and then it's
them
all
on.
getting burned up over there.
Now will he take on, so he gets this pallet of raw material brought over, and he'll stick with this aspect of the job until that pallet's completed?
So the way I run it, our powder coat day is every Tuesday. So every Tuesday we're sending parts. So I print the guys' jobs and give them quantities that I know can be done in a week. I'm not just a weld manager. I started here 8 years ago as the lowest man on the totem pole. So I know how long all these parts take.
How much has this developed in the amount of time that you've been here? How many welders did they have when you started?
I first started, my first week there was 3 of us, then it went down to 2 of us, and then it blew up. We moved from Corona, just the 2 of us, to Elsinore with like 4 or 5 guys. Then it got to the point we had, I think, 12 guys and a robot in that Elsinore corner.
Wow.
And then at the height of this, I had 22 guys total.
Wow.
3 robots and then all the human welders.
And he's working on radius arm drop brackets?
So these are the new 23 FRAD level, the hot ticket that everyone wants because Ford decided to change and those trucks don't have casters. So this is our fix. You know, it's a full, machine bungs in there for where the radius arm goes. We did a lot of development with this to make it nice.
Yeah. And how many, I'm assuming they have fixtures and whatnot that they...
So these are all tacked by themselves like this.
Yep.
Then they go into the fixture. We have a fixture that picks up all the pivot points, and the rest of it, like the open corner welds, you know what should be right or not.
Yeah.
As long as our brakes are good from our laser supplier, we're good to go.
Yeah. And then we got more radius arms.
Yes, so this back here is, I call it the TIG fix booth. This job is just as important as that robot welding or a guy hand welding the part.
Yep.
All the arms get cleaned when they come out of the robot. If there's any imperfections at all, any imperfections, blown out welds, just welds that don't look right, this guy finds them and fixes them.
Nice.
So we either fully cut the weld out or we just touch it up with the TIG welder.
So it's not just to set it and forget it. You guys know the Carli name is attached to everything and you want to keep that quality.
If one of our customers opens up a box and it doesn't look like a Carli part, we failed them.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we want the best. Perfection in production is what I do.
Yeah.
That's what it's been since I started 8 years ago, and we just scaled it up.
Yeah, and that's what the Carli name is known for.
There's problems in this industry, and we're the solution for it.
Right.
With all the solid axle stuff, even now the Bronco stuff, you know. So right here's that same 23 radius arm.
Yep.
So this comes in, 1/4 inch plate, just all flat. Gets tacked together, this all gets fully welded in the robot.
Yep.
Comes out of the robot like this. Then he takes all the structure here.
The laser outer shell.
Yep. So that'll show driver, passenger, your inner, your outer. We try and label everything to have as many or as little screw ups as possible. Then after that, it gets thrown up here. He hand fits everything. We have little fills. There's some things that the robot just can't get right, so we do a little fill inside it. Ships off over here. So this is from the tacker right here, ready to go. We've set them up here. Lay a nice chamfer in there for the cup.
Yep.
Goes up in the robot.
So you set one while it's got one burning.
Yep.
And you're setting it on the...
So this whole thing swings. So once that side's done welding, it's gonna just sweep right in and go, and you'll have a finished part come out.
And you have a guy that'll pull that off.
Exactly.
Set it over, pull another one up, put it on.
Yeah, and we're not just throwing it in and letting it go. We have certain holds on everything. In the beginning, we were like, oh, we'll just send it in and let it run. Can't do that. There's too much. The robot can't see discrepancies in it. So before it welds, like this spine right here, we have a check and we trail it. Make sure it's on straight. Then we throw it in and let it weld.
Nice.
And then even on the inside too, we double check to make sure there's no collisions, and we have extra sprays for spatter spray to help
Prevent extra
more cleaning
material.
time and stuff like that. So, and then over here we have the CAD brackets that go with all 2014 plus track bars to fix the stabilizer. Exactly.
Yep.
So we have these. We used to weld all these by hand, but as you can see, when you're doing 800 of them at a time, the robot's perfect for it. You can load them,
14 at a time.
Yes. The next move is to try and just get these forged, and then we don't have to touch them at all.
Yeah. And here you got all your material.
Yeah, so here's all our laser cut. So like right here, this is all more or less robot staging. So like here's those 23 radius arm drops all tacked up, ready to be welded.
In the machine.
Correct.
And how many of those will you do at a time?
This is new. We haven't really ran them in the robot yet. So
you're still setting up that program.
Exactly. Yeah, the program's all done. We do all off-site programming. So Drew, that runs the robot department, he'll sit there, geek out on the computer, program it, and then throw it in, and we got to fix certain issues, you know.
And you have all your
more CAD bracket laser.
Bracket we were just looking at. You got the pieces for it.
And then we got some Super Duty bump drops up there, add-a-pack bump drops, more stuff staged, tacked up, ready to go, and then some fixturing up there. And then just this is where the parts are stacked, ready to go to get thrashed on.
Awesome. Well, you guys got your work cut out for you.
There's always something to do around here, that's for sure.
That's a bonus. Well, thanks for the time.
No problem. Thank you.
If you have any questions on any Carli parts or want to get your truck going, check the link in the description or visit the website, dieselpowerproducts.com.